keep Satyrine within you, alive while we're away. Goodbye, good luck, I miss you. Remember me this land.
Greetings, everyone, once again. Welcome to The Hole in the World, an actual play of the Invisible Sun RPG by Monte Cook Games. I am, as always, your GM slash producer slash performer slash guy that does all the stuff. I use he, him pronouns, and I am joined by one of four fantastic cast members. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Hopper.
That's me. I'm Hopper. My pronouns are they, them, and I am the resident gremlin. I do nothing helpful, and I'm just here to cause chaos.
Hey, don't talk about my friend like that.
Oh, I was talking about Twig. I mean Hopper also, but yeah. And I am here to play Twig.
And as always, especially with development mode scenes, because I forgot to do so last time, we're going to pull a card from the Path of Suns. Ooh. This one's a very good one to start with. Very auspicious. Vizier, the nemesis of notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Manipulation, sycophant, power, and influence. Someone is manipulating things behind the scenes is the context of this card, and I think that is a fairly good note to start off on. Even better is the... Is it, though?
I have questions about this.
Well, we're gonna find out also if the quote here also makes a lot of sense, which is the right words in the right ear can be more potent than any spell. And speaking of words in ears, or at least in minds, you have very recently been apparently talking to Okras. However, you have made your way back out of the Hollow, back into Satyrine, back into the Topiary District in this kind of opening moment, and it's been a relatively quiet journey, at least inside of your mind with your passengers. So I'm curious, what's going through your mind as you make your way back?
I think Twig is... Okras at least is a semi-known quantity. Kesh is an active threat, but like kind of at least a threat that they understand the shape of, to a certain degree. Maybe not the depth, but at least the shape. This person who called them an ally, and they're struggling to remember. Despite having a really good memory, they're struggling to remember exactly the truth of what happened in the Gray. Like this moment where somebody pulled a very large gun on them and shot them in the head. It's very bold, but also very hazy and fuzzy. And I think this doesn't fit into the shape of how they understand things to have played out or things to have been.
Interesting. So, yeah, is there something that you want to kind of divine or kind of recall here, or anything you're trying to analyze? What kind of like what shapes your inquiry here, or your thought process?
I think the biggest question is the illusory message. If it is from a person and it is true, I think it's the statement, if you receive this, know that I am looking for one Twig, an ally of mine. Which implies that the message is not intended for Twig, and that the relationship was quite a bit different than I understood prior to this. So we know that there was there was a demon bullet lodged in my brain for a while, and then a strange maker, or goetic maker, yoinked it out of my skull. But the mother gun was what was used to shoot me, and it seems like it's quite a potent artifact.
I will say that you are kind of carrying. How are you carrying this with you? This artifact, by the way.
They stripped a thorny vine of its needles, its spines, and kind of fashioned a rough, like, shoulder strap for it. So really, kind of like crossbody, like a messenger bag.
Mm-hmm. Are you taking any precaution to hide this? I mean, you are going back to your home, so it's probably not necessary to hide it. But yeah, like, what's your, like, when you get there, what's your intention with this?
I think on the way, Twig kind of looks down at Fortinbras strapped to their thigh, just goes, "So, what do you think of your co-passenger?"
Look, I'm a pretty formidable bit of kit, but this is on a whole another level, man. I don't know what's at work. I'm kind of afraid to try to talk to it. But I don't know, maybe you'll have better luck.
Yeah, it seems like a reasonable assessment.
A thought does kind of unbidden bubble to the surface of your mind, which is, you know for a fact that Kesh was apparently a very powerful, very talented goetic, one who was able to summon elemental spirits at a minimum.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the other thing, the one bit of truth that is gnawing at Twig the most is the discovery that King Nine is the one that made them, transformed them, constructed them, and Okras, and that this isn't really their body. This is Kesh's body. And they've just been in here the whole time. And I think, like, the shape of that is kind of a struggle to understand or remember what came before, and kind of an uncertainty about what could be.
I think as you are kind of considering this, I think your hand is kind of reflexively kind of playing at the wound in your chest. Just kind of honestly kind of feeling that where that seam is, essentially where you had previously somehow extracted your heart, and where the Sterling had essentially patched something in its stead. And that is when you feel your fingers start digging in towards the seam, trying to reopen the wound.
Twig's gonna... Is this with the left hand or the right hand?
This is going to be the left hand.
Yeah, can Twig move their right hand?
Yeah, I think, do me a favor, make me a resist roll. Remember, you have the bonus from the brooch, or the kind of charm that you picked up from the Sterling. However,
that little roach goblin.
Yeah. However, that roll is going to be -2. And meanwhile, you hear Okras's voice in your head saying, "Stop them, stop them, stop them, stop them."
All right. I will, I'm going to spend a sortilege to roll 2 dice instead of 1. My magic dice is the sparkly one in this case.
Yeah.
That is a 7 and a 7. So for +1, -2, so -1, that's a 6.
Okay. I will say that I'm going to turn a card to see if Okras can assist you in this. So this is the Swan, which is the companion, meaning good fortune, good weather, latent talents. This card is suggesting good fortune. The winds of fate blow favorably for the person in question and the path that lies before them. Rarely, however, it is deeper than that. The Swan and its resultant Swan events can suggest that one might have a talent that has so far been unrecognized, even by the person in question. That talent is the key to moving forward and succeeding at some upcoming challenge. But how does one discover such a thing? The regal swan's quiet mind conceals wonders. Someone gets a lucky break. So I'm going to tell me something. In this moment, when Okras says, stop them, what flashes through your mind?
Ooh. I think this is a flash of Okras saying this, but not to Twig. I think this is a memory bleed. This is a memory of the time during the war that they contracted with Neheron.
Mm-hmm.
And Okras isn't so much saying it calmly, but just bellowing it out, and you can see the kind of troops at that point that hadn't quite become this loyal brigade, this force.
The last gasp.
Yeah, the last gasp. And not quite there yet. But and I think there's kind of like a shock of memory of like the sound of screaming magic and the smell of just fear. Actual, just like literally the smell of fear, like weaponized fear smell.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that as you know, that fear, that instinct ratchets up inside of you, it is almost reflexively as though you give Okras a measure of control to basically add their strength to yours to pull your hand aside. And you just kind of see the hand almost turn, almost Evil Dead style, before kind of relaxing. And once again, feeling like it is your own.
Wow. I hate that. I think Twig is going to like kind of clench their fist and is the blood from the wound currently blood or is it ink?
You tell me. I think if you are asking me whether or not it is ink, I think it is probably ink.
Yeah. So just kind of wipes off this black gooey Icarus ink that from the wound and just wipes it off on their pants.
Yeah, I think, you just hear a ragged breathing in your mind as you realize that this must have been quite an expenditure of will on Okras's part. What do you do?
I think Twig thinks for a second about starting a conversation, but listening to the breathing, and then finding that their breathing is matching it, just like pitch for pitch, beat for beat.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of alters to match the sound of breathing in their head. Is quite a strange experience and begins to just move a little bit faster. I think the armor of creation still kind of twisting and warping plants out of the way as they brush this like horrific, aggressive, violent growth and life of the dark greens, the dark side of the green, as they kind of barrel their way through. And I think there's this flash of memory of a very similar thing, and realizing that they're mirroring a memory of Okras's, and that this for once, instead of just being this kind of unmoving, indefatigable kind of source of life and energy, they have become the juggernaut that Okras has always been for a moment.
Yeah, love that. And I think you're kind of crashing through the Topiary District back to your back within kind of like that open atrium of your home, or that open garden. And I think you just kind of almost see Fix Up in the corner where you left it, just kind of stir momentarily before settling back into the slumber that you had left it in.
Yeah, I think Twig is gonna look for the crane and for Literalim.
Yeah, I think they're kind of perched up in the high branches of this of Fix Up's kind of upper torso and up to their head, up to its head, and I think that they're just kind of too far up, and then you kind of notice with a start that they notice you. And I think they begin slowly descending down the branches.
Yeah, I think Twig will kind of quietly walk over and hold out a hand for Literalim and the swan.
Yeah, I think all of I think the swan kind of dives into your pocket, and Literalim seem to almost dance down your arm up to almost your shoulder when it turns to look at you with its facing page, and once again that illustrated manuscript style, or illuminated manuscript style. It has this really delicately stylized question mark at you, where it just kind of notices. It seems to, almost like a daguerreotype, once again, it develops an image of you, your chest, and your pants covered in ink.
Just a little rough road, but.
And I think what Literalim does is it wraps around your arm its kind of page, and then begins to kind of like almost flutter and fly up, and then kind of circles around your torso before going into your pocket. It's almost like trying to comfort you with a little bit of page-like mischief.
My damn heart. If I had them, if I had either of them, not just this artificial one kicking around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Twig is going to let Fix Up rest, and kind of reaches out a hand to touch the tree as they walk towards the entryway to this kind of small, unnatural cave that they built a den in.
Okay. Well, what are you trying to determine from the tree, from this kind of action?
I don't think it's that intentional. I think this is just pure instinct to reach out and touch, to feel the shape of something, to know it in some way.
Make me a magical lore roll. This is more of like just like a gut instinct. Think of it as like you're kind of like Shiver interacting with it.
Yeah, so I have a +1 in magical lore. I will just roll that straight, I think. That's an 8 + 1 for a total of 9.
Something about this as you touch it, maybe it is the fact that it leads to the night side, this hollow, but something about the silver tree is off. Something feels wrong about it. Like really wrong.
Ooh. I think Twig is going to reach down and find a patch of what ground do we have? What material is left that isn't covered by vines and moss and?
I mean, it's pretty much soil and concrete broken into small detritus, in kind of like even made almost as if to enrich that soil, kind of warped in a way by the city's magic. That said, like, yeah, you're kind of digging into the soil. What are you looking for?
I think they plunge their hands into whatever area is very concrete-y. I feel like there's probably an area that's a lot of broken bits of concrete covered in moss. And I would like to, and let me know if this works. I would like to do two things. I would like to cast Imbue Reality.
Okay.
Which is starts at level 3 but is currently a level 5 plus 1 for 6, and then I pay 1 less and plus 1 die. So I can spend 2 sorcery to do that, which I will do. And I'm going to roll my dice to see if that's good, and that is a 6 and a 7. But a 6 and a 7 on the dice. I don't know what else goes into that exactly. But I would like to kind of give shape to. I would like actually, I'll throw this into your court. What shape does the ground take as I imbue reality into it, into the kind of the mockery of sentience, the mockery of creaturehood?
I think as you're kind of like imbuing reality, it's almost like, imagine kind of like the rock face of the concrete itself of this ground. In places where it is a flat plane, it takes on kind of like, and it kind of configures itself into this face, looking back at you with kind of furrowed brows, as if I take it you're kind of like willing it to speak to you in this case.
In this case, this is the first step.
Yeah.
I'm actually, and I'll let you let me know if this works, but I think the plan is to give the ground a sense of shape, and then with Imbue Reality, and then use Invigorate Spirit to bring it fully into cognizance.
Okay.
So I'm letting the ground decide what it wants to be, what the stone and the moss feel it's the shape it would take, aka being annoying to my GM.
Okay, I need to turn a card for something. Ooh, okay, this is too uncanny. This is the Crowded Tomb. It accentuates pale, and it weakens green. Endings, despair, and completion. The tomb lies at the end of all stories, the reward for the greatest monarch and the lowliest beggar. Of course, the tomb is crowded. It grows more crowded each day. Mourners crowd around the tomb, but it is even more crowded within. So many deaths, so many endings. Crowded Tomb is the location card of the Secrets family, and thus represents a permanence or is related to a physical place. This means that the finality that it represents probably occurs in a specific and significant location. The Crowded Tomb is an ending, not necessarily a sudden ending, an ending that you know full well is coming. Whether you acknowledge it or not, it might just mean that the task is finished. It doesn't always need to be sad. Everything needs to end sometime. But there is an air of despair to this card. Not outright misery, perhaps, but a lingering sadness, a mourning. The silence grows more crowded, and yet remains silent. So, this is what you get. Because this is a long, long ago, deep, deep hurt, but still fresh, the ground you feel, it vociferates despair. And not only that, but basically as it speaks, it grows cacophonous and echoes, as if many voices are talking all at once. And you realize with some, well, a terrifying kind of epiphany. This used to be a battlefield. This was the ruined expanse. This is where many Satyrinians died. Either in defense of their city, in defense of the actuality itself, or trying to flee invading attackers. And it is overwhelming, the degree of suffering that has transpired here. Just, where have you seen my daughter? Please, we're trying to get to the shelter. Forward, don't fall back! What was it? And then you hear the mutation, the sound of the mutation of cracking bone and bending flesh as hate cysts work their corruption into the people that were left exposed to their raw, terrifying power. And you hear a very angry Okras saying, "What are you doing? Stop this!" And you just hear, I think, a faint voice. You would have to prick up your perceptions to hear, but it would mean you would have to continue to extend this spell. What do you do?
God, I know what oh, God. Like, what's reasonable and what's smart? Never heard of them. Yeah, I think Twig is going to keep their hand plunged into this ancient battlefield, into the wreckage of the skin of all that pain, and just listen, try to hear that voice, and ignore Okras's command.
Okay. So this is going to be a withstand roll. You are essentially trying to make your way through the trauma of this place to pick out information that you need. So make that roll. You are not going to have a bonus to this. I think that you are, unless you have something from Imbue Reality or from I think the Inspire Sentience ability that you just let me know.
Imbue. Well, I haven't done the Invigorate Spirit yet. I've only done the Imbue Reality.
Mm-hmm.
I think the plan is to do Imbue Reality if I can get this thing to take shape into something a little bit more useful.
Okay.
But I do not have a Withstand skill, so
Give me that roll. You can spend Swordledge. You can add
I'd love
a
to
Bene.
spend a Hidden Knowledge.
Okay.
Is it possible to spend a Bene and a Hidden Knowledge?
Yeah, absolutely. The only difference is Hidden Knowledge is finite. So go ahead.
What type of Bene would I spend for this?
Withstand, I believe this is... I think there's an argument here for it being either an intellect Bene as you try to kind of like power your way through, or a physicality Bene to just not be forced to pull your hand back by Okras. So you choose.
Intellect for force of will feels right.
Cool.
Okay, so
add 2.
D10, adding 2. It's a 7. Ooh,
Okay.
I'm on fire tonight.
All right. On a 9, I will say that you are able to keep your hand in this. And now, against Okras's powerful pull, you are keeping this magic going. You are feeling still that just terrible, terrifying, mourning sadness of this place. And I still, however, am going to need you to make one more roll, which is you're going to need to roll Perception.
Perception. All right. I will spend... Oh, I don't have any Bene left in that. Let's see here. Let me make sure that I have... Just updating my scratch sheet really quickly. Okay, I don't have any Bene left in that. This feels important. I don't want to do Swordledge, though. I think we'll let the dice fall as they may.
Okay.
It's an 8!
All right. So let me see. So total is 8?
This, yeah, flat 8. I don't have any bonuses.
Okay.
Well, wait, is it perception? Actually, hang on, I might have.
Yeah, it
bonus.
is perception.
I have. Would this fall under searching?
I would say so. You are searching for this one, single sentiment.
That is a 9
Okay.
because I have searching 1.
All right. So with that 9, the thing you pick out is the ghost of a whisper. Through all of this mourning and through all of this sadness, the sound of a familiar voice exulting in triumph, as it finds a way out of the soil. And you realize that voice belonged to Jaren the Devoured.
Ooh, I hate it. Thank you.
At which point you hear Okras saying, "You got what you want. Stop this."
Let me do my thing. And I think Twig is going to slam their other hand into the ground.
Okay.
And I think you just see it. This is the hand with the green thumb. Just plunges into this concrete and moss, and like kind of, I think, elbow deep into the like this hard packed soil. And I would like to slam every ounce of physicality and sorcery I have left into this. Live moss, baby.
Okay.
So that will be. I've got green currently active, so this is a green ability. So this is going to be level 5, and then because I have the divine ability, this is going to be a. What's the max for that? Actually, I might be hitting the max.
So the max for any spell is going to be 17. The max for mortal ability is 13. However, because
I have
of
divine ability.
Okay. So I will say this. You are going to have a -1 to this because Crowded Tomb weakens green. So
That is fair.
yeah. So what is your aim in kind of spending all of this sorcery?
Oh, I'm bringing this battlefield back to life. I'm giving it a chance to walk again.
Okay. All right. So do you have enough sorcery to get it to 17?
I have enough sorcery to get it to 15.
Okay. And that includes the -1?
That is, hang on, let me do some quick math again. Okay, so we've got currently active, we've got sorry, paths of creation, so all spells oh, this is a forte ability, so I don't actually think I can get that high. It's not spells are increased by 2, but not my abilities.
What you got, Hops?
No, I don't. No, I'm not doing that. I was thinking about potentially using the swan to fuel this, or the little paper swan to fuel this, and
I'm gonna tell you something. This is a very big thing that you are trying to do. If you want to fuel it with a life you have kindled already, that is going to have some pretty far-reaching consequences. But not only that, this is like a "are you sure you want to do this" moment.
yeah, I think Twig thinks about it, and I think there is a moment, this knife's edge moment, where it seems like the obvious thing to do. And and then they stuff that down into themselves. They stuff that thought away. So I do not think I can get to 17 entirely. I think that I have 10 points of available sorcery and physicality. I have... it starts at a level 3. So that would get me to 13. Minus 1 is 12. Rolling an additional dice. And I don't think I could do this without... I don't think I could get this to 17. If I need to get this to 17, then I think this just fails.
Okay. So I will say that the kind of the threshold here of, I don't want to kind of stop you from doing what you want to do, but the effect of a level 13 spell is going to be different from a level 17.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Because one represents the limits of mortality and the other one represents the threshold of godhood. So your intention is...
I can't dump hidden knowledge into this.
I will allow it, but my question is, I mean... I'm going to...
Wait a minute. Actually, hang on. I might have something relevant. Do I have... No, I know. I don't have any mage coins anymore.
Okay.
I was like, oh, maybe I have mage coins.
So,
all right.
I'm going to turn a card to see if Okras can make an advisement.
I think I have a good feeling about the tone of that.
Let's see. The Weeping Priest, which is the apprentice of Secrets, Ravens, Books, and Flame. Betrayal, weakness, turnabout, disillusionment, and loss. Something unexpected happens to dramatically alter a bad situation. An ally of one of the PC's enemies or obstacles betrays them. The PC realizes an opponent's weakness. Do I weep most for the wrongs I have witnessed or those I have committed?
This is the apprentice.
Yeah, which means I think I have
Secrets, Ravens, and Books.
Well, remind me, what does the apprentice affect again?
-1 to all actions if heart is linked to family.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is your running total for all of this this fuckery?
That'll bring me down to a 12 total, unless I dump hidden knowledge in there. Though that's up to you.
I will let you dump hidden knowledge. My question is, what knowledge are you trying to... You've already spent it on one part of this, but my question is, depending on your argument here, I might allow you to do the second. But my question is, what knowledge are you bringing to bear in both of these cases?
I think that Twig is breaking... I don't think that this is knowledge that Twig has. I think that this is knowledge that is... I think this is breaking the barriers between Okras' memories and Twig's memories. I think this is remembering all the other battlefields. Like, sudden crashing back of so many of these times. Thousands of worlds. Years upon years upon years upon years. More than anybody has any business remembering.
That'll do it. So, you cast this spell. This is what happens. The battlefield, the ruined expanse itself, what was formerly ruined expanses, has been since liberated from the hate cyst of the Linarian Opera House, shudders to life and grows to a towering height as the earth, the concrete itself, shapes itself into a titan. With the amount of sorcery that you have dumped into this thing, you have not created a demigod or a godlike or divine creature, but you have created something formidable, albeit incredibly mortal, it easily reaches the height of the silver tree itself. And not only that, but the upheaval of the earth shakes you and tumbles you onto the rupturing ground as it rises and basically creates a tremor with every step and every move that it makes. And not only that, as it forms a gullet, a mouth, a face all the way up this towering structure, you hear it let out a wail of anguish as it begins traversing ungainly and in a terrifyingly destructive fashion. Its strides outside of your garden. As it makes its way out, you see it starting to pull chunks of itself away, as if to scour itself. And even when it does this, you see the concrete reform around it as it seems to leach the earth out of the city itself back into itself. The garden, with the exception of the silver tree and Fix Up, are a ruin. There is structural damage to the home as it claws its way out. The scream is loud enough that you are afraid that if it was that much louder, it would rupture your eardrums. This is base, and you can barely hear Okras screaming in anguish and anger at you from what you have just done. What do you do?
It's your whole thing, isn't it? You like endings? There you go. There's a whole bunch of them for you.
They had endings! Those people died!
Well,
And now they're back!
are they?
You begin hearing the cries of panic and terror in the streets around the Topiary District. And you begin seeing a response as people go running past your field of vision. And as this is happening, Okras is, I think, just kind of... You tell me how Okras would react in this moment.
I think Okras seems angry, but they aren't really. They're not powered by rage, they're powered by certainty. They're not as emotional as Twig is. They're not impulsive. They feel the weight of years and the certainty of destiny in a way they cannot define in any other way. And I think Okras is both horrified by this battlefield being returned, this ending being returned to life, and also it feels very cyclical. Feels very much like what is dead has now given way to new life. And I think there is a sense of perversion and a sense of vindication. They warned Kiri so many times. They told people exactly what Twig was. And now, even though they can feel Twig realizing the scope of what they've done, there is the sense that this is kind of not an especially dramatic thing given the past. They're weapons. They're not people in the same way that these other people who call them friends are. They were built for a purpose, and this is that purpose.
And this is, I think, the ultimate test of this, the ultimate question. So you believe that Okras, more than anything else, wants to fulfill that purpose, or do they want to undermine it? Perhaps in their heart of hearts.
They want to break the chains. They've been alive for a very, very, very long time, and they were never supposed to be like this. Everything has an end. Everything wanes. Everything dies. And if it doesn't, then it's anathema to life. It's an abomination. It's stasis. It is the death of possibility.
And
yeah.
I think as Twig, you hear that thought with this exertion, this power, listening to the war, the kind of battlefield itself, and how much of a creature of the battlefield and of endings Okras is. You hear these echoes of these intentions, these thoughts, kind of leach into you once again, kind of osmosing through that kind of power of the Logavor. And you hear all of this internal struggle. Does that change Twig's sentiment at all, knowing this?
No. But what does is the Shattered Garden.
Yeah, it is a ruin.
They're just a sense of recrimination, and they had an intention that was so much smaller in scope that just spiraled out of their control, that just a snowball, what was supposed to be a snowball, has become an avalanche.
And this is what you wanted?
You know, just because things don't turn out the way we want them doesn't mean that it's our job to change the world to how we thought we wanted it to be. You're so sure that everything ends in the right time. Everything has a place, and that's probably true. But what about all the things that could be? Huh? What about the chance to be a different person, to tread a new path, to build a new city? Aren't those as valid?
Even those things will end eventually. You're just buying time.
You know, I've been through a lot of shit in the past year. And Twig's cat ears flick back, or they're like pinned back to the side of their head. And I'm a little bit tired of everybody telling me what I'm supposed to do and who I'm supposed to be. We're just being jerked around. It doesn't matter who it's by. If it's first the Blue Sun Warden or whatever the fuck, and then, or maybe it's the Hendasa. Maybe it's all the other people that want control, the Pathfinders, everybody wants something, and they want to control us. They want to control me. They didn't give a shit about you, but they cared about me. Why is that?
Could be they knew we were linked. Could be they wanted to build something new. Could be they wanted to do something more terrifying than that.
Why bother?
That's what I ask myself.
I was in the gray. I was fine. I don't know who this ally is. I'm assuming you also saw that shit?
Yeah. That pissed me off.
Well, I don't know who that person was, but I'm willing to bet it's just another chuckle fuck that wants to steer us in the right direction again.
So what are you proposing? What are you offering, Twig?
I'm not offering shit. Calm down. We need to... The Triumvirate, right? They're probably a big fucking problem.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
they
King
need to
Nine.
end.
Yeah, that we can agree on.
And what about King 9?
Fucker made us. And he sat there with his smug fucking smile and didn't say anything. Just laughing away. And I didn't know who I was. I didn't know I still barely know who I was because you don't fucking share. No. Everybody knows more than us, and everybody has an agenda. And even you know more than me. And you're stuck in here with me.
Look,
And that's not to mention our fucking roommate.
yeah, piece of work. Look. You saw the war report. That pretty much was it. I ended things on the greatest battle field you'd ever see. But I did it for the right reason. I felt like by the end, whatever Kesh has or had, most of those abilities went to you, for better or for worse. And I think that's why the spider was so keen to get you to help. To get you into the Knights of the Name.
You think Maurice knows more than he's letting on?
Not Maurice, no. Whatever Maurice knew, most of it's gone. Along with
Yeah, well,
what he gave up.
same fucking boat. Why? One thing I never could quite figure out. It seemed like I was the one that made the deal for you to work with Neheron. Why?
Maybe that needed to come to an end too. Neheron and Kesh. I think Neheron thought that by helping us, or enlisting us, he could help them. Maybe that he was going to get them back.
Why? Why would he want that? That doesn't make any sense.
Come on, you saw them having breakfast in that memory? They loved each other. And he just refused to see that when things are over, when someone's gone, they're really gone. But
Wait,
I guess...
is that what that was?
Yeah.
How are you better at emotions than I am? That's bullshit.
You tend to see a lot of it when people are on their last legs.
That's actually fair. All right. Well, fuck him. Fuck Cash. Fuck the Triumvirate. What? How much do you remember? Did you see what I took from the cog?
This is GM interruption here. The cog?
Oh, I keep forgetting his fucking name. It's the telescope gear.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, Gaffarian.
Gaffarian.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. The guy. I think he ended up with. I think he was a guy.
Gaffarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I saw the ending of something in the beginning of everything else.
That wasn't you. That wasn't us.
No. As older than us. Way older.
Huh. There's something there, and I can't.
Yeah. It's fucking familiar. I seen that thing before. The thing that took a piece of the dark.
You know, for having great fucking memory, it feels like there's just something missing. Like there's a cutout.
Well, I think that was part of the deal you made.
With who?
With the prince.
Oh, God, fuck. And now we're attached to him, what? I can't even tell how many years later it is. How many years was it for you?
I woke up. Don't look at me. However long you were in the gray, that's probably how long I was asleep.
Which, based on everything that I've found, read, or discovered here, could be fucking any... Could be... I have no idea how long. A long time.
Yeah, you've been in the driver's seat. How's it feel?
Pretty good. I
bet.
mean, like shit. Have you seen this thing? You've been in here recently. It's fallen apart, but...
Yeah, well, things tend to not run when you remove their heart.
Look. That is probably my fault, but fuck you. I'm sure I had a good reason for doing it.
I think you just wanted to stay out as long as you could. You don't like when things end, even temporarily. But why mercy then? Why'd you mint the bullet?
I don't know. I wasn't quite back to myself yet. I guess I'm still not back to myself. But I think I felt snatches of what was. I felt the shape of it. Like bile. I wonder if that was you I felt, or if it was Kesh, or if it was something else.
There is this kind of quiet, lingering pause.
And in this moment, why did Twig really mint the bullet? What do they want? What do you want?
The truth?
Yeah, well, GM too.
Player, yeah. I think the truth is that Twig knew something was wrong. Knew that there was more going on than what they understood or knew. And I think Twig had a sense of the shape of themselves. And in that smaller, more gray self, I think kind of an echo of the person that Twig became in the gray, saw what Twig was in the actuality and was horrified and terrified by it.
So,
And the bullet, the reason for the bullet is because Maurice, I think there was also the sense that Maurice just desperately wanted to keep the train operating, the web intact, and Kiri too emotional, too unemotional in other ways, distracted by the puzzle of the world, and Gav was the only one who would understand.
so I'm going to turn a card. I might turn 2.
Feels like 2.
The enveloping darkness. Restriction.
That's fucking ominous.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to turn another card, and we're going to see.
How the
Just
two
where that-
smush up.
Yeah. And this one is the dangerous elixir, which means power, transformation, risk, and consequences. So, I am going to say, with this revelation, the enveloping darkness is Kesh. The dangerous elixir, with their volatility, their conviction, that's Okras. And both of them know. And that pause extends. So, what are we going to do about this?
We can't keep it.
We can keep Mercy if that's what you want. Hell, you know
No,
I
we
like a good
can't.
ending.
We can't keep it. We can ask, but I think there's only one place for it to go. To its intended recipient.
Yeah. So what do we do about us?
Did it always feel like this? I don't remember.
I think there was a time when we understood each other. Maybe better. Maybe we begrudgingly.
I'm a little scared.
Of what?
I feel like bits of myself are blurring into you, and I don't like it. You've got this annoying sense of morality. And also just kind of depressing.
You just hear a chuckle.
Yeah, maybe. I've never been called festive.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure our roommate's listening right now.
Oh, yeah.
They want to get out. As bad as we want to figure this out.
Do they want to get out, or do they want us out?
Why not both?
I don't think we can survive that.
No, we cannot. Not without a heart. And not with whatever you fucking did to our brain.
I didn't do it. Somebody shot us. That's not my fault. Speaking of which, I assume you don't know who that was?
No fucking idea.
Maybe
But-
we ask the asshole.
Look, it could have been a ploy. Could have been a lie. Could have been trying to lure somebody else into a trap. But it didn't feel that way.
No. That's a fucking stupid trap. Unless the only thing that I can think is that it's a fake message intended to send somebody to me as and I'm the trap, or we're the trap.
Yeah, why go to all the extra steps?
Feels too convoluted.
So, the heart's back there.
Yeah. I assume mine, but I also assume you don't know what I did with them?
No. I think you took that bit for a reason.
Huh.
So,
Be nice if I could remember where I put that bit.
who's the girl with the green hair?
No fucking idea. I still don't know it. You still know so much more than I did, and you just woke up fucking feels like yesterday. Like, I have no idea. I don't know.
You see that though, right? The war report, all the people. Soon as we crack that open, all the people that were there, it's like they remembered. They knew something about the war, about the cataract. There's got to be something to that. It's like whatever they did, the enemy, the Erebast, the Vespertine, whatever they did, it's like it was shed by the folks that touched the report. Hell, even Kieran Monvelis. But, I mean, he put himself into cold storage so he wouldn't forget.
What about Mont?
No idea. We could really use him, though.
And you don't remember anything else about Allegra?
No. I remember the prince snatched victory out of her hands, and I don't think she ever forgave him. Problem was, I know endings. That was going to be an ending for everybody.
It
Look.
feels like there's no option but to push on.
Yeah, about that. I don't know how long this is going to last. This rapport. Or this body, vessel, whatever the fuck. So if you got business, if we want to take these triumvirate down, we better fucking hurry. Or we gotta find our heart. And then we gotta fucking hurry.
Feels like heart first. What about yours? You don't have any idea?
Nah, I figured you'd have a better idea than me.
I got nothing.
Well, one foot in front of the other. And we will deal
Yeah, I
with
guess.
our situation when we're out of it or when we keel over. Either way.
And I think Twig kind of dunks a finger into this wound that's kind of been spreading ink. Just feels like it's all breaking down.
It's saying like it's not already broken. Whatever they did to the city.
Oh shit. We should I guess I need to go deal with that.
I don't think you have an option to anymore. That's the whole city's problem now. And you know what? Unfortunately, you take one step out of there, that's going to be a whole army of Thaw. Or Parasad.
True.
Or somebody else really official looking for a way to shut that shit down. So congratulations, you made your fucking point.
Look, it wasn't supposed to be that dramatic. It was supposed to be a little bit dramatic, not quite that dramatic. Okay. I'm gonna kickstart the garden, and why don't you think about ways that we can, I don't know, pick King 9 up and shake him out for any loose pocket change.
As you say that, I need you to roll an experimental die twice.
Oh no!
You cast...
I don't think
Yeah.
I have the actual ones on easy hands.
yeah, but
That's,
roll...
remind me what the faces are.
God, I think at this point, for something this big, I just need you to roll and not get a 0.
Great. In 2 days?
You can roll them separately or one after the other.
I'm rolling them one after the other. Okay, that's a 7 and a 3.
Okay. You feel as this kind of tension and adrenaline just leave your body exhausted. You feel this kind of momentary weakness, the similar feeling you had when the coin flipped and Okras took over, but it does not take hold and you do not flip the coin, at least this go round. However, it is in this moment exhausted in a completely decimated, ruined garden with the sound of everything from screams and sirens and terror around this home, that we will end our episode. Unless there is one little button or a pin in this you want to put in.
Yeah. Look. Just stay, I don't know, proximity's a little weird in this, but stay awake.
Yeah. I don't have an option. Keep an eye out for our fellow passenger.
I don't have to like you, but at least I'm pretty sure you're not in league with dickhead in there, whatever.
You can be sure of that. I do not like you.
Well, charmed.
And on that note, we will end tonight's session. I will say this. We already did a side scene, character arc, joy, despair, experience bit in the previous session. So we're going to go ahead and leap straight into shoutouts. Hopper, shoutouts and plugs.
Shoutouts. I'd like to shout out Encounter Party, which is now airing live on Freevee and another one. Plex. On Plex. It's definitely super for... I think it's on demand on Plex. Check out a great D&D TTRPG actual play that on the official Wizards of the Coast television channel. Encounter Party has been incredible friends. They're incredible people. They're delightful, and we adore them. And they're making incredible content, and I'm so excited to see how far they've gone and how far they have yet to go.
Absolutely. And shout out to Krug if you're watching. For my own part, I'm going to go ahead and shout out Angel's Citadel, who by now have probably finished up their campaign actual play of Invisible Sun called The Soul's Direction. Josh and Joanne are awesome, wonderful people, and they did a tremendous thing playing this game and also finishing up their story. Like, we're hoping to get to in the new year. So in the meantime, however, after you've done all of that, just remember to be excellent to yourself, be excellent to the ones around you and to those you love, and most importantly, may the invisible sun shine on you all. Thank you, and good night.